What is PHP object? Classes and objects are the two main aspects of the object-oriented programming. A class is a template or object, and an object is an instance of a class. When the individual objects are created, they inherit all the properties and behavior from the class, but each object will have different values for the properties. We'll take one examples. If we create a underscore construct function, PHP will automatically call the function when you create an object from a class. These are the example. There is a class car, public color variable, model variable. These are public function constructor and construct function construct method. $color and $model are the arguments. We assign the values to $this color from the color variable. Then public function message, this return the message my car is and color and the model that variable contained. We create a object my car, new car, and passes the black and Volvo as a parameter arguments and echo that message. These are the and second object we created and pass red and Toyota. My car output is my car is black and my car is red Toyota. Okay. What is OOP? OOP stands for Object Oriented Programming. Procedure programming is about writing procedure or function that performs operation on the data, while object oriented programming is about creating objects that contains both data and function. Object-oriented programming has several advantages over procedural programming. It is faster, easier to execute. Clear structure. Also, write don't repeat yourself means it will be reusable code. And it also creates reusable applications. PHP, OOP, classes and objects. A class is a template for objects. An object is an instance of a class. PHP constructor and destructor. Constructor and destructor both start with two underscores. Function underscore construct and any parameter. Then we will use for the set the variables as a setter function or any other purpose. Destructor function. A destructor is called when the object is destructed or the script is stopped or exited. Okay. Destructor function is function underscore destruct, and there is any message or at the end we need to print. Constructor and destructor helps reducing the amount of code. They are very useful. Okay. Then PHP access modifier. There are three types of modifiers in the PHP. There is public, protected and private. Public access modifier is accessible in everywhere. It is default. And protected access within the class I and by class derived from that class. Private is private access modifier variables or methods that only be accessed within the class, not outside the class. Also not access in the inherited class. Next point is PHP OOP inheritance. Inheritance in OOP. When a class is derived from another class, child class will inherit all the public and protected properties and methods from the parent class. Only public and protected properties and methods, not private properties and method. In addition, have its own properties and method. Means child class will have addition of own properties and method. Inherited class is defined by using the extend keywords. Okay, we will check in the inheritance. It is a overriding inheritance methods. Overridden by redefining the methods use the same name in the child class. The name of that method is same that present in the parent class. We will take an example. It is a fruit class. This constructor we have defined. Then we use the function public function intro. You have print the message We use the name and color in that. The fruit is fruit name and the color is color name. There is a next class strawberry. We extend from the fruit public weight. We have added the additional properties, also the additional function. We use the same constructor. We use the constructor and we pass the parameter name, color and weight. We added the additional parameter here, weight. Here we overriding the construct method. We added the weight, extra parameters. We assign the name, color and weight. Here is also the public function intro. We here is the message, the fruit name and the color and also the weight. We have echoing. We created the object strawberry, new strawberry, and we are passing the strawberry name, red and the weight, and then call the intro function. Here this intro function will be called from this child class, strawberry class. If we are using these object and we are directly calling the intro function, then this parent function is not called. If we require to call the parent function, then we need to create the this parent class object, and then only this intro or that constructor will be called. Okay. Next point is the PHP, the final keyword. The final keyword can be used to prevent the class inheritance or to prevent the method overriding. If we declare the final class root, then we not able to extend that class. That will be resulting error. Next point, PHP class constant. Constant can be changed once it is declared. Cannot be changed once it is declared. We declare the constant using const keyword. Class constants are case sensitive. Mostly we will use the uppercase for the uppercase letters for the constant. Here the example class goodbye. We created the constant class. Here we checking for the class constant. There is constant. Here is the constant name capital, and here is the underscore we have used. There is message, thank you for the visiting w3school.com. We echo the goodbye. We use echo goodbye and double underscore double scope, and that are the message that will print this message. Also if we need to use in the same class, then we use self. Here we use the that class name, and if we need to use in the same class, then we use self keyword. And okay, yes. And next point is the PHP OOP abstract classes. Abstract classes and methods are when the parent class has a name method but needs its child class to build out the task. Means there is not any declaration implementation in the abstract class, that will be implemented in the child class. Abstract class contains at least one abstract method. Abstract method is the method that is declared but not implemented in code. It is the same name in the child class and it is redeclared. It is also same or less restricted access modifier in the child class. If it is same or less restricted access modifier used in the child class. If we use more restricted, means if we use the private, then it is not work in the child class. Number of required arguments must be the same. Child class may have optional argument in the addition. Means we need be able to add more arguments in the child class for that same abstract method. These are the abstract class car. Here is the constructor. You only use the one argument name. Intro function. Here is also abstract public intro, and here is the type string. we created the child class Audi extends car, and that same intro function string method, and these are the message we have printed, and we use the name. Same for the Volvo extended from car, here message, and so these are the new another class extended from the car. These are the message. We created the object for the Audi, called the intro function, object for the Volvo, called the intro function, object for the Citroen, and called the intro function. These are the output. These are called from the Audi, means it is taking Audi intro function, then Volvo, and then Citroen. Here the abstract method intro is implemented in the child class, means car, that Audi, Volvo and Citroen class, that abstract method will be implemented and that will be used. Here is the another example. Here is the abstract class, parent class. There is the abstract protected function. There is the prefix name. These are the child class, and same function here is implemented, that prefix name, same parameter name. Here check the name John Doe, then Mr. Jane Doe, then Mrs. and else it is empty, and return the prefix and then name. Created a child class object called that prefix name, passing the two parameters, first John Doe and the Jane Doe. The output will be Mr. John Doe and Mrs. Jane Doe. It is the example of parameterized abstract method. Then we check the another example. Here is the abstract class, parent class. There is same method, abstract protected function and prefix name. This is the name parameter, and in the child class we added the additional parameters. Name is present, and added the separator and greet. Then we check the that John Doe, Jane Doe, and added the created the prefix, and then return greet, prefix and separator, and then name. This function we have created the child class object, call the prefix name and pass the name, and these are the optional parameters, they are not required to pass. And these are the results: dear Mr. John Doe and dear Mrs. Jane Doe. Next point is PHP OOP interface. Interface follows you to specify what methods a class should implement. Means child class what method should be implemented, and that will be mentioned in the interface. When one or more classes use the same interface, it is referred to as a polymorphism. Interface are declared within the interface keyword using the declared with the interface keyword. PHP interface versus abstract classes. Interface are similar to the abstract class, but difference is cannot have the properties while abstract class can have. Interface methods must be public. Abstract class method in public or protected. Method and interface, all methods in an interface are abstract, so they cannot be implemented in code, and the abstract keyword is not necessary. Classes can implement an interface while inheriting from another class at the same time. Next point is PHP using interfaces. These are the implement keyword we have used. Implement an interface must implement all the interface method. If we implement the interface, then we need to define or use that method. And here is a